Oh boy, do I like this banjo. Hey everybody, welcome back to 2000 Hours of Banjo, a channel dedicated to seeing if me, an adult beginner with no musical experience whatsoever, can learn how to play a banjo within 2,000 hours of practice, or probably more. Anyway, this is my new banjo. I am still warming up to it. It is the Nechville Phantom, and the nut width is a little bit wider than the D-ring, and the resonator makes me have to kind of spread eagle a little bit more to get that pot between my legs, and I'm still trying to get used to it. It's going to probably take some time before I can really remap my fingers to the strings, which also, in addition, I'm not doing that much, particularly with my left hand, because of the golfer's elbow that I'm still dealing with. I will be making a video later about the symptoms that started to show up and how it developed and the things that I'm trying to get rid of it and how it's coming along, as well as another video after that about what I'm doing in the meantime. I am still practicing, mainly focusing on right hand technique. So what am I doing to fill my hour and a half to 2 hours a day of practice with just right hand technique? So I want to do a big video on that because there's a lot of cool stuff that my instructor is having me do that I think is helping. And this may take, I mean, it honestly may take a couple of months to heal the golfer's elbow. Like, tendons take a while to heal. It is feeling better, but I've had good days and I have bad days. Today's been a pretty good day. That's why I was trying out some of the songs and some of the fretting. We'll see how it feels tomorrow. Chances are I'll wake up tomorrow and it'll ache and I'll say, Mark, why'd you do that? You gotta let me heal. But you know, I can't forget my songs, right? Anyway, so the purpose of today's video is primarily on marriage counseling and marriage therapy. And by that I mean my wife is incredibly understanding to let me make a huge racket on my banjo every day, and have been for the past year and what is it now? It's May, so 4 months, right? And I can't believe it. To be honest, I can't believe how tolerant she's been. Now, if she would just remember to shut off the bathroom light, she would be the perfect wife, the absolute most perfect wife. But what I would like to do is what I did with the good time, which is I used a banjo mute. Now, the Nechville has a radius neck, and it has a wider nut, and the bridge is also radiused, and it actually is dished kind of. So the the banjo mute that I've used for the good time, I cannot use on the Nechville. So I am going to take this as an opportunity to do another unboxing. Now, is my channel going to turn into like America's Test Kitchen for Banjo? Is it just going to be a review channel? I don't know. It's my channel. I can do what the hell I want. And I really enjoyed pulling out the big freaking Bowie knife for the unboxing of the Nechville. So I'm going to do that today for Mike's banjo mute, which is supposed to be a radius mute and will hopefully work on this banjo. So let's find out together. I have not opened this up. I ordered it. It took less than a week to get here. Plenty of emails showing up saying, hey, it's coming, it's on its way. So that was really nice. Got the big Bowie knife. This is going to be super impractical, but you know, I'm a huge fan of Crocodile Dundee, and like, who isn't? So let's see if I could open this up. Cut away from the body, right? Cut away from the body. All right. So what we got here is well, we can get rid of that. We got a nice little pouch. Okay, that's cool. Open it up. It's in there. I can feel it. And we have our banjo mutes. Oh, interesting design. So that is, I'm thinking this goes underneath the bridge and this arc goes on top of it. I'm gonna take my glasses off because I'm old and I can't see. Just apply the thumb screws, take those off. And I'm gonna do this real time. I don't plan on cutting or editing this video, just so you can see what it's like to use this banjo mute for the first time, to see if it's complicated, to see if it's frustrating, or if it goes on fairly straightforward. The bar itself is stamped with Mike's banjo mute. You're probably not going to be able to see that. Go ahead and place this under the bridge. Place the bar on top of it. Let me get that faced the correct way. It does have a direction. The holes are off center. They're favoring one side, and you want that side towards the tailpiece. And we screw these back on. That seems fairly straightforward. Make sure that's not touching any strings. And then the screws just clamp the bridge down. And it looks like it's making decent contact with the bridge. It looks pretty good. Snug it up. There's no instructions. I mean, this seems self-explanatory. I don't want to over tighten it or crush anything, so I'm sure I didn't see any instructions anyway. All right, and let's go ahead and just give it a try and see if it mutes the sound any bit. Now, in contrast, the mute that I was using for the D-ring, it's like a bobby pin, which slides along the side and just kind of pinches the bridge. This clamps down on top of the bridge. I mean, I think the same mechanics apply, or the same physics apply. You have a big weight attached to the thing that's supposed to be transferring the vibrations to the drum or the head of the banjo. That's quiet. That's really... That is really nice. It's actually kind of pleasant to hear. That is really nice. I like that. That was really quick. Now again, this is not a cheap bridge. This was, or banjo mute. This was $45, around $50 with shipping and everything like that. But it's really nicely built. Looks like nice quality. Showed up within a week. And I think it works really, really well. The alternative was to open up the resonator and throw a rag back in there and then pull it out when I want full sound and put it back in. And I didn't want to keep doing that because you have to lay the banjo down, and I just think that was cumbersome. So this is the mute on, and we'll just reverse the procedure here. See how easy that is. Unscrew the two knurled. These are textured or knurled, so it's really easy to get a purchase on it. The threads themselves are of like a nylon, like a nylon bolt of some sort. And then we just take the cap off and we take the bottom part off, and we should just be back in business. All right. I can't find my strings anymore. Anyway, I think you get the picture. It's a lot louder. So this is great. This is really great because I do want to play with the same amount of force that I intend to play with without, making too much noise. And that is what the banjo mute allows me to do. It allows me to not really have to modify how I play. Now, it is good for me to practice how, playing light. But even lightly on this type of banjo is kind of loud. All right, so yes, spendy for a banjo mute, but I'll tell you what, this thing's gonna get a lot of use. I'm gonna use this thing quite a bit, especially when my wife's watching TV or if she's still working late. I will have this banjo mute on, and again, you saw it real time. I've never used this before. I'm sure with practice, I will probably be able to get it on my instrument quite quickly and get it off the instrument quite quickly. It's very easy, and I think it's a pretty good product. I will probably discuss it a little bit, with a little bit more use, and see if I still feel that way after a couple weeks or a couple months of use. But I think it looks pretty good. All right, well, thanks for watching. I've got lots of practice to do with and without a banjo mute for my new Nechville Phantom. I will see you later. Bye.